You know, when you live in a neighborhood, you kind of expect things to be, well, peaceful. Sure, there are some hiccups now and then. A barking dog, the neighbor's loud music at 3 a.m., but all in all, it's home. Or at least it was. Until my HOA Karen decided to turn my garage into a community food pantry. It started on a Saturday, just like any other Saturday, with me cleaning out my garage. I was organizing, sorting through old winter supplies, cleaning out some old tools, and checking the emergency rations I keep in there. Yeah, I'm the type of guy who believes in being prepared for anything. You know, just in case the world goes sideways. But that day, it was just another chore. Then, I went inside for a quick break. Coffee. The second I stepped into the kitchen, I heard noises coming from the driveway, lots of chatter, footsteps, the sound of something scraping. At first, I thought maybe there was a car accident. But no, when I looked out the window, it was a parade. People everywhere, some in yoga pants, others in hospital scrubs, even a kid filming a TikTok. The most bizarre thing? They were all coming out of my garage. I froze. My heart skipped a beat. My garage door had a sign above it. Community food pantry. Take what you need, share what you can. That wasn't my sign. I didn't put that up. I stood there, mouth open, trying to process what I was seeing. I thought maybe I was dreaming. But nope, that wasn't the case. No dream. No prank. Just a full-blown, unauthorized pantry. In my garage. And there, in the middle of it all, was Karen. You know the type, the HOA Karen, the one who thinks she's got the neighborhood figured out. She was smiling like she had just won a Nobel Peace Prize. She even had the nerve to pull out her phone and start live streaming it. We're making a difference today, she said, beaming. Helping out the community in these trying times. The audacity of it. She was acting like she was Mother Teresa while I was standing there. Not just looking but feeling like an idiot. I ran outside in a hurry, still in my slippers. I told people, this isn't a food pantry, this is my private property. Please leave. Most of them just stared at me, confused. One elderly lady in a walker apologized and said, I saw it on Facebook, dear. That's when I lost it. I marched back inside, opened Facebook, and searched for Karen HOA Pantry. There it was. A post with over 200 likes. Karen, standing proudly in front of my garage door, smiling like she just fed the entire world, with the caption, We're making a difference. Our dear neighbor has opened his garage for the community today. My blood pressure skyrocketed. This woman had posted my address, claimed my garage as some public space, and invited everyone to take whatever they wanted. I thought I was going to pass out right there. And to top it all off, she had scheduled another restock for the next day. My address was plastered all over the flyer like I was hosting a farmer's market. I stormed back outside, and that's when I noticed the keypad lock had been tampered with. Someone had bypassed it, used the master override code. And it clicked in my head, Karen had been on the HOA security committee. She was one of 3 people who had access to that code. This wasn't just a prank. This was a calculated move. She had broken into my garage, taken my stuff, and called it a charity event. That's when I decided. I wasn't calling the cops. Not yet. I wasn't going to make it that easy for her. No, I had something far more creative in mind. If Karen wanted a food pantry, I was going to give her one. A very special pantry. One that would leave a lasting impression, that's for sure. The next day, I hit the stores. I bought all sorts of snacks, chocolate bars, granola packs, powdered drinks, and then, the star of the show, laxatives. Chocolate-flavored ones, to be exact. I figured if Karen wanted a community pantry so badly, I'd make sure she got exactly what she wanted. After all, it was legal to buy laxatives, and it was legal to mix them into other foods. So that's what I did. I repackaged everything sweets, granola, pudding cups, making them look just like regular, store-bought snacks. By the time I was done, my garage was ready. I replaced the lock, left the door ajar just like before, and waited. Sure enough, by 9 a.m. the next morning, the first wave of people showed up. I didn't say a word. I just watched from my window as they grabbed snacks, stuffing them into their bags. The woman in yoga pants, the delivery guy, a couple of kids, they all came by, grabbed something, and went on their merry way. I wasn't going to stop them. I wasn't going to say anything. The trap was set. By lunchtime, people were already starting to comment on Facebook. Anyone else feeling sick after those snacks? One person posted. Another replied, my stomach is in knots. I thought it was just me. People started to post about their stomach problems. It was happening. Karen's little community pantry was falling apart right in front of her eyes, and she had no idea why. Later that night, Karen posted an update. Just wanted to let everyone know, someone may have tampered with the pantry. If you ate anything, please be cautious. The irony was too much. She tried to blame Saw for the food poisoning, while conveniently ignoring the fact that she had broken into my garage saw in the first place. The next day, the HOA board held an emergency meeting. I wasn't required to go, but I showed up early anyway. And when Karen walked in, wearing oversized sunglasses like she was the Queen of England, I knew it was showtime. She got up to speak, trying to deflect, saying it was all just a misunderstanding. But then I stood up. I looked straight at her, calm as ever, and I said, "The lock was tampered with. I have video footage of you entering my garage using the override code. You weren't in Ted. You didn't ask. You took my property and turned it into a free-for-all." The room went silent. Karen's face turned bright red. She tried to argue, but no one was listening to her anymore. The HOA president, Dennis, who had been spineless up until that point, actually grew a backbone and announced that they were suspending Karen from all HOA responsibilities. The community was fed up. Karen's reputation didn't just take a hit, it collapsed. She tried to cover her tracks with health warnings and fake apologies, but it was too late. People started sharing memes. One of the best ones? A picture of Karen's face photoshopped onto a bottle of laxative chocolate. The community started calling it the Karen effect. But the real punchline came when Karen, in a last-ditch effort to regain some dignity, showed up at my neighborhood's annual block party. She walked up to the snack table, and one little kid, no older than 6, walked up to her and asked, "Are you the lady who made everyone poop their pants?" Karen's face went pale, and without a word, she turned and left. The crowd? They cheered. But it didn't end there. The final twist came a few days later when Karen was handed a citation for violating food distribution laws. She had to pay damages and even perform 100 hours of community service. I got a call from a friend in the parks department, and guess where Karen was assigned? To clean the public restrooms at the park right near where her pantry had caused so much chaos. It felt almost too perfect. But it wasn't about revenge. It was about setting things right, showing the community that no one, not even the self-appointed queen of the HOA, was above the rules. So now, when I open my garage, it's back to what it was meant to be, a workshop. Tools, supplies, and a new lock. But there's one thing that remains, a framed photo from the block party. Everyone's smiling, holding snacks with the labels clearly marked. And at the center of it all, a sign that simply reads, "Take what's offered. Ask before assuming. Always read the label." And that, my friends, is how you turn the tables on a Karen, without breaking a single law. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had to deal with a Karen? How did you handle it? Let me know in the comments below. And, as always, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and share it. Who knows? Maybe the next time a Karen tries to take over your garage, you'll be ready for your own version of revenge.